Yartzeit, the Heilige Rebbe Melavh, Zechusi Gan Leinu Mal Kol Yisrael Amen. So I want to share first the Torah, Parshas Parah, what we learned today from the Heilige Rebbe Melavh from the Elimelech. So that's what we learned today. He says, "V'zayis chukas haTorah, v'loshen chakika, dahainu haTorah nichaka im ha'adam al yedei zeh yuchal adam l'or chedved v'simcha l'ashpil yedei haTorah nikra zayis." When it says this is the law of the Torah, it means something that's engraved, meaning it's engraved in our hearts, and that can awaken our joy, and through this we can have influence through the Torah. That's what's called this. V'zayis haTorah shal yada canal, like is mentioned earlier in this Torah, that through the Torah you can accomplish things. If someone learns with Mesiras Nefesh, with self-sacrifice, he can lift up the Torah when he's still alive. That's what our sages say. The Torah only exists by someone who lets himself die over it. Which means he learns with self-sacrifice. It's meaning this is the Torah, the person. Excuse me. We can also say that the Torah brings healing for everything. However, you're not allowed to use the Torah for healing purposes. There's a Mishnah in Brachas like that says you can't use you can't read a pasuk over a wound and use that for healing. So what does it mean that the Torah has healing powers? The meaning is like this. The idea is that the leftover engravement, the thing that's left over when a person learns Torah, through this he can heal the sick. This is the meaning of Zos Chukas, means chakika, means something that's engraved, something that's left that's the influence that's left, that's engraved in the person's heart from the Torah. Any way a person learns Torah, it should leave over some holiness engraved in someone's heart. Torah Adam Ki. This is the Torah of a person when that a person has such tremendous love and fear that he learns with self-sacrifice. That's the way that Hashem should allow us in His goodness to learn His Torah. Amen. And with that we'll be able to heal. So when the tzaddik wants to accomplish something, bless somebody, he has to cause that to be clothed in some aspect of the Torah. The Torah lifts that thing up before God. There's nothing in the world that doesn't have some Torah, some way it could be enclosed in the Torah. So that's the meaning. This is the law of the Torah. We're reading from Numbers 19. It's the Torah is a chok, is something. It's a statute. Through this, a person can explain it and clothe it and everything, that through this the Torah person can do what he wants. That a person can accomplish anything he needs through Torah, and it's easy to understand. Alright, let's see. I have a very nice sefer from my friend Virjana Rav. He wrote many nice farm, and so this is Melavh Malkah sefer he wrote. Chaim Yosef Friedman. I remember he has his father is a very choshev yid in Queens, Ulam, and this Chaim Yosef he used to have this medrash in Brooklyn. I'm not sure what the situation is now, whatever. So he has in the back all the different Yartzeits. And so let's see, he should have some nice stories for the Yartzeit of Rebbe Melavh. So what do we have here? So it says that David Elimelech once came in non-Jewish clothes and brought live fish to the Rebbe Melavh. And he spoke in Polish that he should buy the fish, and he sent him to the Rebbe, and the Rebbe says, we already got ready for Shabbos, we don't need any more fish. So he went back to the Rebbe, and he sent it back to the Rebbe, and the Rebbe also said, we finished getting ready for Shabbos. So then he came back again and told him what the Rebbe said, and so he took the fish and he threw them on the ground alive, and he said to him, you should take them for the Suda Melavh Malkah. So then the Rebbe Melavh, he lifted up his eyebrows. They said that it's known that Rebbe Melavh had very big eyebrows, and when he saw this person, picked him up, and he says, "Mehaben shoyn nish kein koyach ayer sidet zu halten." He understood that it was David Elimelech, and he said, he can't honor the day the way he should. The Melavh Malkah like he should, with a big Suda with the Hasidim. He would just make a small Suda with nor. However, he told him that his children, they should hold this Suda in an honorable way. The Shem Shloime, the Munkatcher, he asked his son to bring him some hot tea. This was Motzei Shabbos, shortly before he passed away. His son wanted to bring him hot tea, and his father said he can't digest it anymore. And his eating is like manna from heaven. But his son said, in honor of the Suda Melavh Malkah, he should drink. So then he drank a few sips of tea, and he said, how holy is the Melavh Malkah? He said, the Heilige Rebbe Melavh from Lizhensk, every Motzei Shabbos he would drink tea with sugar. And then he would see David Elimelech with a golden crown on his head. And one time he didn't have any sugar in his house. He drank the tea without any sugar. So then he saw King David, but without the golden crown. And the holy Rebbe Melavh asked our master, King David, where's the crown? And he said to the Rebbe Melavh, where's the sugar for your tea? In honor of Motzei Shabbos. So that's why he saw him without the crown. And the Shem Shloime, the Munkacher, said, he drank this, and then he started to sing David Melech Yisrael Chai V'Kayam, and he drank a little bit more, a small amount. I remember hearing from Rav Moshe Weinberger a shir, and he was discussing the inyan of the Rebbe Melavh. He said that once in Babov, it was like this. Motzei Shabbos was the Yartzeit of Rebbe Melavh, and the Chassidim were waiting for. We're talking in Galicia. They were waiting. I guess it was for the Kedushas Tzion, or maybe it was Reb Shlomo Babov or the first Babov Rav. I'm not sure. Well, maybe the Rebbe is going to tell us a ma'aseh from Rebbe Melavh. And just then the Rebbe came in. The Rebbe said, "Yeder Yid mit Bord and Pious is a ma'aseh from Rebbe Melavh. That from the works of the holy Rebbe Melavh is every Jew who has a beard and pious." Because he said when he traveled around in Galus, him and the Rebbe Melavh and the Rebbe Zisha, the two holy brothers, they were matayar the avir. They purified the air to the point which made it possible for a Yidden to stay ehrlich. And so too, we are left over from that which the Rebbe Melavh and the Rebbe Zisha accomplished by traveling all throughout Poland and Galicia and Hungary and all throughout Eastern Europe. They made their travels in different Jewish communities, and they say any community where the Rebbe Melavh and the Rebbe Zisha went, it was very hard for the anti-Torah movements to make any inroads. Like the Haskalah, these other movements, they couldn't make any inroads until very late, until maybe just before the war, is when Haskalah started to creep into these places. But before that, they remained ehrliche Yiddish Kehillas, and that was in the schus of Rebbe Melavh and Rebbe Zisha. They said when they came to the border of Germany, the border town was Auschwitz, which we know in German is Auschwitz, and there they met the devil himself. And the devil said, "I know what you're doing, defeating me, how you're fighting against me." He said, "If you want to go into Germany, but that belongs to me. I'm not going to let you. If I let you in here, you can make the German Jews into Hasidim, but they'll be my Hasidim." The devil told them. So then the Baldavar is what they said. So then after that, the Rebbe Melavh and Rebbe Zisha said, "Let's get out of here," and they couldn't spend the night in Auschwitz. And they said that the Rebbe Zisha, he felt such a tremendous darkness was going to come from that place. And this is written in the Sfarim long before the war. So it's a Davar Pella. So it's a tremendous schus that we have to learn this from the Rebbe Melavh. I remember once I was in Lizhensk, and the Kedusha being there, it's a Davar Haflafel. My family, a quarter of my family comes from Poland, maybe a little, two sides actually, another eighth, so more than a quarter. On my father's side and my mother's side, the Yiddish side also came also from Poland. One great grandparent, one from Hungary, and the Zayda family were Hungarian. The Baba's family were half Yakish and half Polish. So anyway, I think going back to old country, and driving around in Poland you felt the emptiness. But then when you went into the Kivrut Tzadikim, I was with the Biala Rebbe Shlita, and we went to the Yiddish Kodesh, we went to Nosson David Shidlovtzer, we went also to Rebbe Melavh. It was the day before the Yartzeit, and the Kedusha, what you felt there is totally different from what outside and inside. It's Haflafel. It's really incredible, and should remain a schus for us, for all of Klal Yisrael, for our families, for all of Klal Yisrael, for everyone. The old Biala Rebbe wouldn't walk in a house that didn't have the Rebbe Melavh, that didn't have a copy of Normal Melech. And the Satmar Rab's Chus Yigalenu, the only Chassidish sefer that he had a Kviyas Seder was the Normal Melech. Every Motzei Shabbos, he learned the whole Elimelech for the coming week's parsha. Other Chassidish Sfarim he'd learn here or there, but the only one that he had a kviyas, a seder every week, was the Rebbe Melavh. And they say actually that there was a Satmar Achos that he had a dream, and somehow in the dream he saw that the palace of the Satmar Rav was right next door to the palace of the Rebbe Melavh in the heaven. So if we can't make it to Poland, I don't know, maybe tomorrow I'll stop in Monroe, because it's an Indian, perhaps. All right, and so maybe we go leave a kvittel in Monroe, so the Rebbe will bring over to the Rebbe Melavh for us, perhaps. Maybe after will I don't know. Maybe it's an idea. I'll be passing by anyway, so maybe I have to think about it. All right, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching. God bless. A good kids. If anyone's in Poland, for sure. I can't imagine you'll be watching YouTube videos. So when you're there, then you have much more important things to do. Poltalis kids. Have a good day. God bless. Good